There's a moment in every real transformation I've ever witnessed. It isn't a diet or a gym induction. It's quieter than that. It's the moment a person stops waiting to be rescued and takes the wheel. Today, I want to help you find that moment because everything good starts when that happens.
You're listening to the Real Longevity Podcast, your number one podcast resource for living a longer life. Here we discuss topics on personal fitness, longevity, and real lasting elevation of mind, body, and spirit. Join us as we build a community of healthy men and women enjoying lasting levels of real health and vitality. If you're currently feeling frustrated with pain, flat, or fed up with aging faster than you actually are, you're invited to join us each and every week here on the Real Longevity Podcast. Welcome to the Real Longevity family and get ready to live a life you truly love.
Welcome to the Real Longevity Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Hendricks, and today we have another outstanding, informative, and elevating show for you. I'd like to welcome all first-time listeners to the podcast. And be sure to stay to the end of the show where I'll be sharing all my social media links with you so you can connect with me in the Real Longevity Podcast community. Welcome. So happy once again to have you sharing your ears with me. And today we're going to be talking about some hard truths. Today it's a loving word, but it's a hard word, and it's about taking responsibility. And responsibility, let's be clear, and let's start as we mean to go on. Taking responsibility for your health is not about blaming yourself for where you are in the past or the things that you've done incorrectly or the errors that you've made before in the past. The past is the past. The past had different chapters, different episodes, different insights. You had different levels of understanding. Your job could have been an influence. Your levels of stress at the time could have been an influence. The advice you were given at the time could have been an influence. Also, the season of your life. This is called the Real Longevity Podcast, and it's targeting and sharing insights with people who are getting older, beyond the age of 40, 45, 50s, 60s and older. So we have different seasons, we know that. But the one thing that I want you to focus on now, not the past seasons, what's gone on in the past, is about the present and the next chapter. So today we're talking about reel back the wheel. 3 steps to reclaim your health after 45. Reel back the wheel. 3 steps to reclaim your health after 45. Responsibility isn't a stick to beat yourself up with. It's a steering wheel. And this is what I want you to take back control of that wheel. Stop maybe falling asleep at the wheel and understand steps you need to take so you can reclaim control and start living the way you want to do with regards to your health and your life, your fitness and your well-being. It's already in your hands. You just need to get back to understand the things, simple things that you need to do. Now, I know it can feel a bit heavy because I've been there myself. I've been on the other side. You've heard my story before. There was a time when I knew everything. I knew what I should be doing. I knew about I should be eating. I knew about lifestyle, but I wasn't doing it. When I had my own boutique fitness studio, I was getting up 5 o'clock, working from 6 through till 8 o'clock, stressed, tired, anxious, wired. I knew all of that wasn't healthy, but yet still, I was still pushing through, almost waiting for something to change, but it never came. The change did happen when I stopped thinking about someone else helping me, or someone else was going to take the wheel, or someone else was going to help me control. Stopped outsourcing it, and I took control myself. I reclaimed control. I owned the situation. I said to myself, this ain't working. You need to change. I had to show myself a little bit of compassion, a little bit of grace. But when I took back that completely, I took back responsibility, that's when things change. And this is what I'm asking you to consider, because otherwise things may just continue. And if you're not happy with the way things are at the moment, until you take back control, nothing's going to change. So the 3 steps that I want to share with you now, that's going to help you to reclaim control. And it's all in that framework we've often talked about, the real framework. Realize, take responsibility, eat right, exercise in an efficient way, and love for longevity. And in amongst that framework, we talk about the core framework as well: clarity, optimize, rest and recuperate, and efficient exercise as well. When you realize where you are, honestly, and understand without flinching or without being cruel to yourself or without being overly harsh, you can't really navigate anywhere else. So you need to realize and understand where you are. So you've heard me use that analogy before. You can't navigate from a map you refuse to read, or if you don't know where you are. So this is where you need to realize and take responsibility. Where am I right now on life journey? What is it that I need to do? What are my current circumstances and situation? And once you understand that, once you take responsibility of that, once you say, right, I'm not in great health, this needs to be worked on, this needs to be addressed, this is what I want to achieve, this is where I need to be going in the next 6 weeks, 12 weeks, 6 months, wherever it is for you. So realize where you are, who you really are. Now, that is a process. That's not something that happens overnight. That's not something that you can just flick a switch and you have this massive realization. But first of all, you need to wake up and realize it's all new, but understand where you are, get that clarity. Next, you have to own the decision. Not the next 10 years. We're talking about the next decision. Once you recognize and realize, and you said to yourself, right, it's down to me, I am going to take responsibility. What's the next best decision that you can make? It could be something as simple as saying, right, I'm going to get up for a 5-minute walk. I'm going to do a 5-minute meditation. I'm going to get to bed an hour early because I've been tired. It's the next decision we're talking about here. Own that next decision, because that can be a catalyst for the next decision after that, being a positive one that's going to help improve your well-being, your fitness, your health, whatever it may be. You might be struggling with pain right now. You've been struggling with pain for a long period of time. It could be in your back, your knees, your hip. What's the next decision that you can make that's going to help you alleviate that pain or reduce that pain? If you've been feeling sluggish, been feeling tired, if you've been lacking confidence, what's the next decision that you can make that's going to help improve you and improve the situation that you currently find yourself in that you're not currently happy with? So that's the next decision. That's what the next step is. Realizing is the first decision. And then the next is owning your next decision. Responsibility lives on the next choice. Next choice. What's the next choice that you can actually make? And third, choose consistency over intensity. You've heard me say many times before, your fitness and your health without the right frequency and consistency is flawed and foolish. Consistency is key. Consistency is you getting up and doing little and often. You think about something simple like finances or money. You know that if you put a bit of money away every week, every month, over a period of time, that is going to accumulate, regardless of what the interest rate is, regardless of what the return is. It's a simple stacking effect, compounding effect. And it's the same with your fitness, with your health and your well-being. You consistently add to it each and every day, each and every week, each and every month. You're going to build a strong, solid well-being and fitness habit. And that's who you are, not someone who participates in fitness. You are someone who is fit, healthy, and well because you're showing consistency. You're doing these things over time. A modest plan you actually keep will be a hectic one that you try to be heroic, that you can't do and you abandon after a period of time. And what I mean by that is, if I just say to you, all I want you to do for the next 4 weeks is just get out and do 5 minutes of walking every single day. That's something that most people, all things considered, could keep. But if I say, right, I want you to do 3 high intensity interval training sessions that are going to be hard work, it's going to take you time to recover, that's something sounds great, but the likelihood is you're probably not going to be able to sustain, maintain that and be consistent with that over a long period of time. So my encouragement to you is to show up small, but to show up often. Your body where you are right now, if you're over the age of 45, 50, 60, going to 70, it gets bigger rewards from consistent rhythmical exercise, not hard, intense, sporadic exercise, which, a lot of people fall into the trap of doing because they feel and they've been given the advice that that's what they need to do. I'm here to just push back on that and say where that can have benefit, consistency is key. You consistently show up and do a little bit often, you're going to see your fitness, your well-being, physically and mentally increase significantly. Consistency wins the race all the time. So there are 3 steps I'm actually to consider: consistency over intensity. What's the next decision that you can make and own and realize and take responsibility without being harsh, showing yourself some grace. Now, above all else, I want you to also consider showing yourself grace, showing yourself a bit of compassion. Guarding your health begins the day you take ownership of it. And if you think about the scripture in the Bible, it says the same thing. Proverbs 4:23. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Guarding your health begins the day you take responsibility. So I'm asking you to do that. No one is coming to save you. I'll say that again. No one is coming to save you. I said that to myself a few years ago. Mike, no one is coming to save you. You have to take responsibility. You have to do this. And I'm encouraging you to take that on board as well today. No one is coming to do this for you. But that's the great news, that you can do it with the right guidance, with the right support, that you can reel back control of the wheel and start seeing the improvements, the benefits, the well-being effects that you want. You just need to take responsibility, take ownership of the next decision, and start being consistency. It's your health. You own it. It's down to you. No one else is going to help you with it other than you taking responsibility. Yes, coaches like myself will give you the support, but you need to take control of the role. I can't make you do these things. Once you wrestle back, keep both hands on it, keep looking forward, keep your eyes on the prize, so to speak, and watch what happens. Each day will become easier. Each day you'll feel the rewards. Each day you'll feel more energized. That's what happens. It's a compound effect. It's you taking control of the wheel, looking in direction, having clarity on what you're wanting to see and achieve, how you want to show up in the world, and it happens. I promise you that that's what's going to happen when you take back control of the wheel. Now, when I say take back control, it doesn't mean that you have to do it alone. As I mentioned, there are coaches like myself that are out there that are willing to give you direction, help with your motivation, help give you the understanding of yourself, the awareness of yourself that you need to make better, more informed, more enlightened decisions that's going to help you save time, money, energy, and effort. Now, when you're ready to own your health with a clear plan, a coach by your side, a guide on the side, as I said to you, it can be a real help. And I'd love to be your guide on the side. Now, if you want to get yourself started, you can access my free 7 Real Roadmap, or you can apply to work with me in the next cohort of the Core Build Accelerator System, which starts at the end of August. We're opening the doors now. So if that's something that you feel that you're ready to get involved in, there'll be a link in the show notes. Give you all the information on how you can get back to looking and feeling your best, pain-free, producing, performing the way you know you should within a 6 to 8 week time window. And that's working with me on the next Core Build Accelerator System program. As I say, the link will be in the show notes. All right, guys, I trust you found today's episode insightful, uplifting, and informative. You can take back responsibility. You can own that next decision. And doing those two things, along with consistency, you will start to get yourself in a position where you can enjoy elevated, upgraded levels of fitness, health, and well-being. I promise you this. Okay, until next time, remember, be well, be wise, be cool, be calm, and keep it real. Blessings and chi. Peace.
Losing strength, energy and vitality after 45 can cost you years, not just months. You'll face slower recovery, stubborn belly fat, crashing energy, and mornings that start with pain and stiffness instead of strength. And fixing it the old way means expensive personal trainers who don't understand older bodies like yours, or generic programs done by ChatGPT, leading to endless trial and error with no real guidance or support. That stops today. Introducing the Core Build Accelerator System, the holistic, science-based coaching program designed to help men and women like you over 45 rebuild strength, energy, longevity, and confidence using the proven, real framework. Here's how simple it is. Step 1. Clarity. A full assessment helps you to understand where your body and habits stand right now. Step 2. Optimize. Your personalized plan aligns nutrition, movement, and mindset around what actually works after 45. Step 3. Rest and recovery. You're guided on how to recover properly so your body rebuilds and heals instead of breaking down and normalizing stress and struggle. Step 4. Exercise efficiently. Targeted, time-smart training that builds real strength without wrecking your joints or your schedule and being dependent on the gym. But here's what makes CBAS different. This isn't a generic plan you follow alone. It's real coaching, real accountability, and a community of people over 45 doing this together. No confusing science, no crash diets, no burnout and intense gym workouts. Just a clear, proven path back to strength. Start your transformation today for less than the cost of a single personal training session a week. No long contracts, no pressure. Visit thriveafter40withmike.com or visit the link in the show notes to claim your spot today and take advantage of the early bird discount until the 31st of July. The only thing you have to lose is unwanted aches and pains, and another year of feeling like this is just what getting older means.